I'm Jet.
And I'm Bandit, the dragon. Actually, can I be a wizard today?
Sure.
And this is Dark Side of the Con.
All right, welcome to our first edition of Dark Side of the Con online, live streaming to you on the interwebs. So we have a bunch of stuff for you this weekend, including 18 bands, which is madness. And our first guest coming up is the Museum of Interesting Things, which is a very cool independent museum organization based out of New York City, run by our friend Denny Daniel. He's super cool. And he is going to be presenting to you Fright Night, which is some really, really old kind of horror themed movies that are only available on like actual movie reels. So it's a very rare thing that he's showing for us, and he'll be introducing them for you. So thanks for tuning in, and in just a minute we will have our first guest, Museum of Interesting Things.
So, hi everyone, it's me, Denny Daniel of the Museum of Interesting Things, and I'm going to be introducing a bunch of films today. I'm going to be showing a bunch of films, original 16 millimeter films on original 1965 Kodak projectors, and this is our Fright Night show. So enjoy. I want to show you one of the antiques from the museum before we start. This is a nearly 100-year-old wooden prosthetic leg. So you would be wearing this if you had lost your leg about 100 years ago. And throughout the night, I'm going to be showing you various quack medical devices because I know you're all home quarantined, and clearly you need a cure for this coronavirus, and I will have those cures from 100 years ago, almost as good as the cures you've seen on television. And incidentally, if you see that I'm kind of unshaven and wearing interesting clothes, my father had passed recently, and I am in mourning, so I have my beard going on. So excuse that. And once again, like I said, I'm going to be showing quack medical devices that'll help you guys get cured so you don't have to worry. So our first film is a very special film. I'm getting introduced by none other than Alfred Hitchcock. Yes, I've brought him back from the dead for you guys. So our first film is Alfred Hitchcock. This is a promo he did for the movie Psycho. So this is an original promo by Alfred Hitchcock for the movie Psycho. Enjoy.
afternoon. Here we have a quiet little motel, tucked away off the main highway, and as you see, perfectly harmless looking, when in fact it has now become known as the scene of the crime. This motel also has an old house, which is, if I may say so, a little more sinister looking, less innocent than the motel itself. And in this house, the most dire, horrible events took place. I think we can go inside because the place is up for sale. Or I don't know, we can buy it now. In that window on the second floor, the single one in front, that's where the woman was first seen. Let's go inside. You see, even in daylight, this place still looks a bit sinister. Now, it was at the top of these stairs that the second murder took place. She came out of the door there and met the victim at the top. Of course, in a flash, there was the knife, and in no time, the victim tumbled and fell with a horrible crack. I think the back broke immediately and hit the floor. It's difficult to describe the way the twisting of the well, I won't dwell upon it. Let's come upstairs. Of course, the victim, or should I say victims, hadn't any conception as to the type of people they would be confronted with in this house, especially the woman. She was the weirdest and the most... Well, let's go into her bedroom. Here's the woman's room, still beautifully preserved. And the imprint of her figure on the bed where she used to lay. I think some of her clothes are still in this wardrobe. Son's room, but we won't go in there because his favorite spot was the little parlor behind his office in the motel. Let's go down there. This young man, you had to feel sorry for him. After all, being dominated by an almost maniacal woman was enough to drive anyone to the extreme of well, let's go. Well, I suppose you'd call this his hideaway. His hobby, as you see, was taxidermy. Crow here, an owl there. An important scene took place in this room. There was a private supper here. And, oh, by the way, this picture has great significance because let's go along to cabin number 1. I'll show you something there. All tidied up. The bathroom. cleaned all this up now. Big difference. You should have seen the blood. The whole plate was, well, it's too horrible to describe. Dreadful. And I'll tell you, there's a very important clue was found here. Down there. Well, the murderer, she crept in here, very slowly across the showers on there was sound, and
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. For our next piece, we are going to show one of the classic silly symphony films that you all know from Halloween. Enjoy. This is Skeleton Dance. hope you enjoyed that. That was Skeleton Dance, a classic film from the Silly Symphony collection by Walt Disney. The next film I'm going to show is a digest. Hold on, let me turn off that projector. There were a lot of companies that did these film digests. Castle Films, Thunderbird Films. Eugene Castle was a filmmaker and editor, and he would go in and get the rights to certain films and then re-edit them and make these digests. So you didn't have to watch a full hour and a half, 2-hour film. You watched this really cool digest that was within around 5 minutes, give or take. These digests ended up being so good and the storytelling was so well that they actually became very collectible. I have a huge collection of these. This is an original digest of Dracula. So enjoy this one, and then afterwards I'll show you another one of the antiques, although I think I have one here to show you. Aha! There's one right there. What do you suppose that is? So that's nearly 100 years old. This would go down your throat, so everyone open your mouth. Open your mouths. I would put this down your throat, and then I would advance this like that. And then I would put your tonsil in there, because it's a tonsil guillotine. So I would take out your tonsil by doing this. And off would go your tonsil. So next time you need dental work, please come to me. I will take care of it. Like I said, I will cure you of everything. This one is Dracula. Enjoy.
And just as I was commencing to let go, I heard the dog howl. And in a brief space, it seemed the whole room was filled with mist.
Oh dear, it was only a dream.
And then in the morning, I felt so weak.
And now me? Oh, certainly better. Think for a moment. Is there anything that might have brought this dream on? Is there anything the matter with your throat?
Oh, no, but I...
Tell me, please.
No, please.
Yes. Yes. How long have you had those little mouth marks? Please.
Nina, why didn't you let us know?
Do not excite her.
When, Miss Nina?
Since the morning after the dream. On Saturday night. That's the only time I feel really alive.
There's that bat again.
Yes?
Look out, you're getting your hair.
Yes?
I am a bit back.
I will.
You will what?
Well, I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did. You said I will.
Oh, no, I didn't. John, come sit down.
Your eyes. They look at me so strangely. Nina. Here's an opening. We must not be too late. We have him back. Oh, the day is breaking. We have him crowned. Oh, the hurry on! Nina! Nina, where are you? Nina! Nina! Nina, where are you? Nina! Parker! Parker! Yes? Come! Where are you? Here! Here, Parker! I have found them! Give me a piece of stone, anything, to help me drive the stake through their hearts. Is she? How is she? He is not here. Then she may be alive. Nina! 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 Nina!
Oh, John. John, darling. I heard you calling. stop me. Oh, if you could have seen the look on his face.
There's nothing more to fear, Miss Nina. Dracula is dead forever.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a classic edit of the classic Dracula, done by, like I said, one of those film companies that did those edits. One of the most famous was Eugene Castle. The next film I'm going to show is a very special film. If you guys have seen Nightmare Before Christmas, then you'll recognize some of the work on this one, because it's a Walter Lantz piece called Boogie-woogie Man. And if you remember the, do you remember the ghoul in that one? He is kind of a homage, I believe, probably, to this film, which is an earlier film by at least probably 50 years. The Boogie-woogie Man by Walter Lantz, or at least I think I'm getting that name entirely right. The antique that I wanted to show you before that is back to the tooth type things. Have you ever any idea what that is? That's actually a tooth key. It's from the Civil War era. So you would put that around your molar and you would go like that and take out your molar. If you were lucky, the dentist got the right tooth out. Sometimes they missed and got the wrong tooth. If you were lucky, they did pick the right tooth. But if you were unlucky, they broke the tooth and had to do this multiple times, which couldn't have been fun back 150 years ago. Once again, the next film is a classic Boogie-woogie Man, probably the inspiration for Nightmare Before Christmas's Boogie-woogie Man.
The old nightmare ain't what it used to be.
A man's gone right, tooting a horn and rattling chains is strictly from corn. The clammy hand and the eerie scream. I'm out of the deep. Let's get on the beat.
Yeah, hold your horses. I disagree. What was good enough for Grand Spook is good enough for me. My old gaffer never laid no egg. He could raise goose pimples on a wooden bag.
Now look here, Pepe. Enough's enough. The creep and crawl's chinless can stop. If we don't get hit, we'll seal our fate. Take off the long underwear and swing it, Gage. Yeah, swing it high and swing it wide. Break it down on the brave side.
I tell you, Grand Spook would disapprove. Why, he turned right over in his groove.
Ladies and gents, at ease. We'll have a little order, if you please. Stop beating your chops, and we'll have a word or two from the ectoplasmic delegates from Lennox Avenue.
Who do the adults stand the stand? I dig up Jack, now tell the Jack. If you wanna stay on top of the heat, you got to get brother than planet deep.
Come gather around, all ye long-haired moms. You X who like your recommend tickets right off the car. All you woo-woos are rootin' and tootin', ain't no doubt.
Boogie-woogie man will get you if you don't watch out.
Well, you can't mistake that. That's that boogie beat. You recognize him by his zoot suit and his sweet-pleated sheet. He's sure to find you, don't matter where you are.
And before you know, he'll have you rocking A to the bottom. Oh, 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 oh. The jet is solid. Oh, 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 oh. He really thinks you're well started. Oh, 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 oh. He'll have you calling. The boogie-woogie man will get you. If you don't watch out, Honey Ho Joe.
This is solid, my solid,
Honey Ho Joe. Honey, honey, Boogie man will get you if you don't watch out.
You guys enjoyed that one. Walter Lantz is the same guy who did Woody Woodpecker and all those other pieces. The next film I'm going to show is another very, very amazing classic. This one is Frankenstein. It's an edit done by Universal Films. Before I show it, I'm going to show you my cure for the coronavirus.